surging, taking me higher in this turbocharged world. I'll never tire.
Welcome back to ofhoon, and obviously the first video for 2024. Now, we're really excited to start this year off with a bang, and that's because MAMBA has decided to get on board and sponsor us a new turbo for the old man's 80 series right there. I haven't had any issues with the turbo on my Patrol, and I absolutely love how it's completely transformed the Patrol. It's no longer a slug of a TD42, it actually accelerates up hills. I know, hard to believe, right? So obviously our answer was a hell yes, we'd love to work with MAMBA, so here we are right now. Alright, so we'll go through what's in the box and a few details about the turbo. So this is a TD05 16G with a 7cm rear housing. Now the good thing about the rear housing on this is that compared with the stock CT26 turbo that came on the 1HDT, that actually has an 8cm rear housing. Now the smaller the rear housing, the sooner it will spool. So we're going to get some earlier spool times on this than the CT26, and also it's newer technology. So the CT26 was engineered in the 90s or thereabouts, whereas this is relatively modern technology right here. And this also has a 6x6 blade turbine in it, so it'll spool up nice and early. Now going into the rest of the box, we've got a little baggie for all of our parts. We've got a nice oil line right there. We've got a couple of water lines, a boost hose, a couple of studs, 2 bags of studs actually, with nuts and washers. We've got a little filter for the oil, turbo drain, other turbo drain, which goes on the turbo, and a few wastegates, as well as some clamps and some springs and yeah, all that good stuff. What else do we have? We've got a nice little booklet, which comes with a MAMBA sticker. Who doesn't love MAMBA stickers? We've got some metal gaskets. Those will come in handy. And we've also got a printout of the balancing report for this turbo from Schenck. I think that's how you pronounce it. So you can look over that if you're into the nerdy side of things. That's pretty much the gist of what's happening in today's episode. So let's get into it and make this turbo magic happen. We purchased this 1HZ exhaust manifold adapter plate from HD Automotive. It allows us to use any turbo that has the same flange as the CT26 without having to replace the 1HZ exhaust manifold. It's a simple bolt-on plate that just works and makes life nice and simple with the turbo conversion.
Riding down the highway, feel the engine roar. Got the pedal to the metal, I'm craving for more. Lava turbo spooling, boosting my soul. I'm breaking all the limits, I'm out of control. Turbo cars revolution, feel the power in my veins. Pushing through the red line, breaking through the chains. MAMBA turbo surging, taking me higher in this turbocharged world. I'll never tire. Breathing gasoline on this open road. It's a fire inside time, pushing the limits beyond the night. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah, ooh yeah.
The MAMBA kit comes with the basic fittings that you need to get going. However, we wanted to take things to the next level for durability and internet points. We're also installing a JRP multi-gauge unit, which means that we needed to purchase additional fittings for the oil pressure sensor. We then decided to remotely mount the factory and JRP oil sensors into a convenient location. And right here, we have this conveniently made up frame, which will mount the intercooler to the body of the 80. I'll just give you a quick rundown on how we actually made this frame. So we just bought a cheap little bender off eBay, and it's pretty simple to use. You simply just get your pipe, shove it in there in between the die, and you just move the handle and it bends. So then you just obviously move from bend to bend, measuring between them. Once we had the rails bent up, we started with the mounting points. So with the rear mounting points, we're using the rear firewall for this one, and for this one right here, we're actually using the master cylinder bolt. Then when we come around to the front, we're simply just using the radiator support for both sides. Once we've got the frame mounted to the body, then we've got to worry about mounting the intercooler to the frame. So we just use some 3mm plate right here, right here, right here, right here, and a few slotted holes to allow for a little bit of height adjustment to make sure that it steels properly on the bonnet, and then basically get to welding it all together. Now let's get this frame mounted to the car so we can get that intercooler in.
I'm on a mission, tools in hand, fueled by ambition. Sparks fly as a welded hammer, the building dreams, oh my heart's on fire. Ignite the fire, fuel the desire. Fabricate the intercooler, take it higher. Rev it up, unleash the power. Feel the rush, it's the ultimate hour. In the garage, I'm a mastermind. Ideas swirling like wheels in my mind. Sketching plans, precision at play. Building dreams, feeling the surge of the day. Ignite the fire, fuel the desire. Fabricate the intercooler, take it higher. Rev it up, unleash the power. Feel the rush, it's the ultimate hour. Get it done.
We purchased the stainless steel X-Force exhaust system, which was designed for a factory 1H DT. Unfortunately, the dump pipe was completely on the wrong angle and consequently didn't fit. Our guess is that the factory 1HZ exhaust manifold outlet is on a different angle to the 1H DT manifold, which then causes the turbo to sit on a different angle and the exhaust to not fit. So we've got to get out the fab skills again and make it all work. Alright, we're about to start the car for the first time, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Got oil! Yep. Great success!
Through the sweat and tears, we've come so far. 80 chapters deep, we've reached the final hour. With every twist and turn, we've shared the laughs and pain. Now it's time to close the book, bid farewell to this reign. We fought our battles, faced our fears. The story's told, the end is near. The final act, the curtain falls, but the memories will forever enthrall. We fought our battles, faced our fears. The story's told, the end is near. The final act, the curtain falls, but the memories will forever enthrall. We will continue to conquer the world.
And there we have it. The Cruiser is now turboed and it's ready for a few page ups. Now obviously we need to still cut a bigger hole in the bonnet and also put some foam down for the intercooler so that the two seal up, but we'll get to that very soon. If you're interested in picking up a MAMBA turbo for your Landcruiser or your TD42 Patrol, I'll put a link to their website down below, and if you want to use our code, you'll get yourself 5% off, a $50 coupon and a few extra little goodies. I'm now going to take the Cruiser out for a drive and do some basic road tuning. Be sure to stay tuned for our next episode because we're going to be taking the Cruiser to the tuners to get it properly tuned and get a power figure out of her. As always, thank you very much for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video or you found it helpful in turboing your Cruiser, then be sure to give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Oh, and one last thing, whatever it is that you drive, just make sure it's turbo, because turbos are actually what makes the world go round.